Have you ever suddenly woken up at 3 a.m. and couldn't fall asleep? There's no noise, no light, yet your body wakes up in the middle of the night with a vague sensation, discomfort, anxiety, even fear. Many believe this is just a habit of old age, but the truth is different and far more profound. This video will explore 7 scientific reasons why older adults often wake up at 3 a.m. These awakenings are not random. They are signals from the body, the mind, and the natural physiological changes you are going through. Each reason reveals a new perspective, helping you understand more clearly what's happening inside you. These are not emotional guesses. We rely on physiological knowledge of sleep, hormonal changes, brain activity, circadian rhythm, and even the emotional and social impacts of aging. Like you, we also share real-life stories from older adults who experience this every night. So if you've ever thought that waking up at 3 a.m. is a sign that something is wrong or something to worry about, this video will offer you a different view, gentler, more understanding, and more practical. Please listen to the end. What you learn here will not help you sleep more deeply or understand and care for yourself more wisely in this important phase of life. Now, let us begin. Reason number 1. Side effects of medication. A common but often overlooked reason why older adults frequently wake up at 3 a.m. is the side effects of medications. After age 60, most people take daily medications to manage chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, osteoporosis, neurological disorders, insomnia, or depression. While long-term medication helps stabilize these conditions, it can also negatively affect sleep cycles, especially at night. Another issue is polypharmacy, where older adults take multiple medications at once, leading to complex drug interactions. Some combinations may disrupt circadian rhythms or alter how medications are absorbed and metabolized, causing nighttime awakenings without any clear sensory cause. Mr. Robert, 76, is a concrete example. For months, he kept waking up at 3 a.m., despite going to bed on time and feeling no stress. During a general checkup, his doctor discovered that he had been taking a diuretic at night to avoid forgetting it. After adjusting the schedule to take it in the morning and modifying other sleep medications, his condition significantly improved. He slept more deeply and woke up less during the night. What's worth noting is that many people don't realize that their medication may be linked to their sleep. That's why monitoring medication timing, noting nighttime reactions, and talking to your doctor is so important. Are you, or a loved one, taking daily medications and having trouble sleeping at night? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone find their way back to better sleep. Reason number 2. Changes in the circadian rhythm. One of the most common and least recognized reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is natural changes in the circadian rhythm, also known as the body's internal clock. This phenomenon is scientifically known as the advanced sleep phase, and it happens quietly over time. As we age, the circadian rhythm, which regulates when we feel sleepy and alert, tends to shift earlier. This means many older adults feel tired earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning, regardless of their intentions. In many cases, seniors may go to bed around 8 to 9 p.m. and be fully awake around 3 to 4 a.m. because the sleep cycle has completed. This is a normal physiological phenomenon, not a disorder. This shift isn't just behavioral, but has a clear biological basis. With age, melatonin production, the hormone that supports sleep cycles, declines and changes in timing. This makes the body sleepy earlier and causes it to finish the sleep cycle early in the morning. In addition, reduced exposure to biological cues, such as natural light, social activity, or work, can further disrupt the internal clock. Mr. George, 69, is a typical case. After retirement, he often ate dinner around 5 p.m. and relaxed with TV before bed. Without planning to, he would fall asleep around 8:30 p.m. and be wide awake by 3 a.m. At first, he thought he had a sleep disorder. However, after researching, he realized this was a natural adjustment in his biological clock due to aging. Instead of fighting this, he made small lifestyle changes. He delayed dinner, added a light walk after eating, and spent time reading under a warm glow in the evening to postpone drowsiness. Gradually, his sleep and wake times shifted closer to typical hours, and he stopped waking at 3 a.m. as often. Changes in circadian rhythm are a regular part of aging. The key is not to see them as a problem, but as a signal to adjust one's environment and habits. Do you wake up too early at night without knowing why? Share your experience in the comments. Your story may help others find a more suitable rhythm. Reason number 3, changes in daily habits. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked reasons why older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is the gradual change in daily living habits. Small lifestyle choices, such as dinner time, activity levels, and the evening environment, may seem insignificant. Still, they create strong biological signals that reshape the internal body clock when repeated over time. After retirement, many older adults begin having dinner earlier, reduce physical activity, and end their daily activities sooner. These habits, though naturally developed, signal the body that nighttime is coming earlier, leading to earlier feelings of sleepiness, and as a result, an earlier wake-up time, often around 3 a.m. The lack of social or environmental cues, such as work hours, meeting schedules, or frequent social interaction, also causes the sleep-wake cycle to become more flexible and more easily influenced by small habits. Even dim evening lighting or a quiet night can cause the brain to start producing melatonin early, sending the body into a sleepy state before the person even intends to go to bed. Additionally, the timing of meals and digestion directly affects sleep. Eating dinner too early can sometimes cause a drop in blood sugar around midnight, prompting the body to wake up in response, even if there's no clear feeling of hunger. Drinking coffee in the early afternoon may remain in a metabolism that is slowed with age, leading to shallow sleep and easy awakening from small sounds. Mr. Harold, 73 years old, is a concrete example. After retiring, he began having dinner at 5 p.m., often dozed off while watching the news, and went to bed before 9 p.m. After just a few months of maintaining this routine, he regularly woke up around 3 a.m. without knowing why. Once he realized that his habits were affecting his biological clock, he made a few adjustments, delayed dinner time, read books with brighter lighting, and did light physical activity in the afternoon. After a while, his wake-up time gradually shifted closer to the morning. The important thing is to recognize that the body responds clearly to rhythm. When patterns of daily life lose consistency or are suddenly changed, the circadian rhythm becomes disrupted, leading to sleep issues we don't expect. But through intentional adjustments, we can reestablish a deeper and more stable sleep rhythm. Are you experiencing something similar due to lifestyle changes? Please share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone trying to regain stable sleep. Reason number 4, decreased melatonin production. A clear and widely recognized biological reason older adults often wake up around 3 a.m. is the natural decline in the body's melatonin production. Melatonin is a hormone central to regulating the sleep-wake cycle. It supports falling asleep and helps maintain a stable state of deep rest throughout the night. In younger people, melatonin levels are typically released abundantly and at the right time, especially in the evening. This helps the body quickly enter deep sleep and remain in that state for several hours. However, with aging, the pineal gland's ability to synthesize melatonin gradually declines, leading to lighter sleep and a higher chance of being awakened at night. Notably, even if an older person can easily fall asleep at the beginning of the evening, by early morning, usually around 2 to 4 a.m., melatonin levels in the blood may have dropped below the threshold needed to maintain rest. At that point, the brain gradually switches to an alert mode, even without any external stimulation. The awakening is not caused by noise, bad dreams, or worry, but by a melatonin deficiency. In addition, light from the sleeping environment, even faint light from street lamps, phone screens, or digital clocks, can suppress melatonin secretion, worsening this condition. As older adults become more sensitive to light with age, protecting the sleep space from small light sources becomes more critical than ever. Mr. Richard, 71, used to believe he didn't have any sleep problems, but recently he woke up around 3 a.m. and couldn't fall asleep. After reading some materials on sleep in older adults, he realized this could be due to his body no longer producing as much melatonin as before. He began adjusting his lifestyle, reducing electronic device usage after 8 p.m., turning off night lights completely, and taking a light walk after dinner. After a few weeks, his middle-of-the-night awakenings significantly decreased, and his sleep became more stable. The decline in melatonin is a natural physiological process, not a sign of illness or personal failure. When this mechanism is clearly understood, older adults can proactively adjust lighting, activity timing, and bedtime routines to better support sleep regulation. Are you waking up in the early morning without knowing why? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else find the right path to improving their sleep. Reason number 5, chronic pain or musculoskeletal conditions. According to medical statistics in the United States, more than 50% of people age 65 and older are living with at least one chronic pain condition, the most common being arthritis, lower back pain, knee osteoarthritis, or fibromyalgia. This is one of the primary reasons that is often underestimated when older adults complain about waking up around 3 a.m. Physiologically, when the body lies still for an extended period, especially as nighttime temperatures drop slightly, joints, muscles, and connective tissues become less flexible. This leads to joint stiffness, increased pressure on inflamed areas, and heightened pain sensations during the second half of the sleep cycle. For many people, 3 a.m. is when the pain reaches a threshold strong enough to wake them from deep sleep. It's important to note that nighttime pain often doesn't manifest clearly at bedtime. Since body temperature is still high, joints have been recently active, and blood circulation remains effective. But after a few hours of lying still, these factors diminish, triggering stronger pain signals in the nervous system. Additionally, some musculoskeletal conditions, such as rheumatoid arthritis, cervical spine degeneration, or sciatica, tend to cause increased pain at night. This type of pain not only wakes the individual, but also makes it difficult to return to sleep, especially if they need to turn over, change positions, or take pain medication in the middle of the night. Mr. Frank, 70 years old, is a typical example. He was diagnosed with knee osteoarthritis and lumbar spine degeneration. During the day, he hardly complained, but at night, especially around 3 a.m., he often woke up with aching pain, needing to get up, massage his joints, or walk gently around the house. After consulting with his doctor, he was advised to adjust his sleeping posture, use a spine-supporting mattress, do light stretching before bed, and divide his pain medication into smaller, well-timed doses throughout the day. After a few weeks, his nighttime awakenings significantly decreased. Sleep and chronic pain have a two-way relationship. Pain disrupts sleep, and lack of sleep lowers the body's pain tolerance. Therefore, managing nighttime pain should be a priority in elderly healthcare plans. Are you, or a loved one, waking up at 3 a.m. due to joint or back pain? Please share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else find a better solution for improvement. Reason number 6, nocturia, frequent nighttime urination. Nocturia is one of the most common and often underestimated reasons why older adults frequently wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. According to clinical studies, this phenomenon is closely related to natural physiological changes in the urinary and endocrine systems that occur with aging. As the body ages, the muscles that control the bladder, especially the sphincter, gradually weaken, reducing the bladder's ability to hold urine throughout the night. At the same time, the pituitary gland also produces less vasopressin, the hormone responsible for decreasing urine production at night. As a result, even when water intake remains unchanged, older adults still feel the need to urinate more often during the night. Many people wake up to urinate between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., as the urine production cycle peaks during this time in older adults. This interrupts deep sleep, making it harder to fall back asleep, especially when movement, turning on lights, or exposure to bright light is required. In addition to physiological factors, various health conditions also increase nighttime urination. In men, prostate enlargement is the leading cause, as the enlarged prostate compresses the urethra, preventing the bladder from emptying. This results in the frequent urge to urinate during the night, even when urine volume is small. In women, overactive bladder, OAB, or bladder prolapse after menopause are also common causes of sleep disruption. Mr. Stephen, 75 years old, once believed that waking up twice every night was unavoidable. However, after undergoing urinary and hormonal evaluations, doctors found that he had reduced vasopressin levels and mild prostate enlargement. With medical support, he was advised to adjust his water intake timing throughout the day, avoid caffeine after 3 p.m., and take medications that helped improve urinary function during the daytime. As a result, his nighttime urination reduced from twice to once per night, and his sleep quality improved significantly. Managing nocturia in older adults not only improves sleep quality, but also reduces the risk of falls during nighttime bathroom trips, one of the leading causes of serious injuries among seniors. Are you, or a loved one experiencing disrupted sleep due to nighttime urination. Please share your experience in the comments. Your story might help others realize they are not alone and that there are ways to improve this condition. Reason number 7, emotional and psychological restlessness. Not all reasons for waking up at 3 a.m. stem from the body. In older adults, many cases of nighttime wakefulness originate from quiet mental activity occurring in the brain, specifically emotional and psychological restlessness that has not been fully processed. When we are younger, we often get caught up in work, family responsibilities, and social activities, causing many emotions or thoughts to be shelved and left unprocessed. However, as we age, when our daily routines become lighter and our living environments quieter, those previously suppressed feelings begin to resurface during moments of stillness, especially at night. Many neurological studies have shown that without external stimuli, the brain tends to shift into self-referential processing mode, activating networks related to memory recall, reevaluating past experiences, and reshaping emotional understanding. This process is most active during the early morning hours, when the surrounding environment is quiet and there are few distractions. In older adults, vague feelings, such as regret, loneliness, a longing for connection, or unfinished thoughts, can arise naturally without any specific trigger. Factors like losing a loved one, changes in family roles, emotional distance from children or grandchildren, or unresolved past decisions may reemerge as quiet reflections. Mr. Raymond, 78 years old, is a clear example. After his wife passed away, he maintained a steady routine, eating well, exercising, reading, and talking to his children over the phone. However, around 3 a.m., he would often wake up and struggle to fall back asleep, not because of pain or the need to use the bathroom, but because his mind would begin wandering through old memories, unsaid words to his wife, and a nameless sense of emptiness. Once he understood the nature of this experience, he began jotting down his thoughts each morning and spending his evenings on gentle activities like meditation, listening to classical music, or writing letters to loved ones. These reflective and connecting approaches helped ease his nighttime unease and offered opportunities to transform those emotions rather than suppress them. Waking up in the night no longer felt like a problem to fix, but instead became a gentle reminder to care for the emotional part of himself that needed attention. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a feeling you couldn't quite name? If so, share your experience in the comments. Sometimes, understanding begins with a story that feels uniquely your own. Before we end this video, I invite you to take a moment to reflect truly. Throughout this journey, what touched you the most? Was it the silent shifts in your body's rhythms, the subtle signals from within, or perhaps the loneliness and uncertainty, the feelings you rarely speak about, yet quietly feel each night? Each reason we've just explored is not a flaw or a sign that your body is deteriorating. On the contrary, they reflect a living, responsive system, your body adjusting, your mind seeking harmony with the natural changes of aging. Waking up at 3 a.m. is not something to fear. It is an opportunity to listen to yourself more clearly. When you understand the cause, you no longer feel powerless. When you gain knowledge, you gain the power to choose, adjust, adapt, and improve each night of rest. And each morning, you rise. That is the quiet strength of understanding. It allows you to care for yourself with intention, compassion, and purpose. If anything in today's video made you feel, "This is me," please remember, you are not alone. Millions of people are walking a similar path, and your story could be a gift to someone else. Please leave a comment below. What did you learn today? What will you apply to your sleep and your life? We are always listening and deeply value every word you share. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe to the Smart Seniors channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with your loved ones who may need it. Your support inspires us to keep spreading kindness and valuable insights every day. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you in the following video.